Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into Brendan Kane's 1 million followers, and we're going to break down the system for cutting through all that online noise. You know, if you've ever poured your heart into creating something only to feel like you're just shouting into an empty room, well, this one's for you.
And you know, that feeling isn't just in your head. The journalist Katie Couric absolutely nailed it here. The online world is so packed, so cluttered, that even the best stuff, the truly great content, can just get lost in the shuffle.
And when you see this number, it all starts to make sense. You're not just competing with a few other creators. You're up against over 60 billion, that's billion with a B, digital messages, all going out every single day. That is some serious noise.
So yeah, that is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How on earth do you get your voice heard above all that? It's not enough to be good anymore, you have to be heard. And the good news is, there's actually a system for doing just that.
Okay, so before we get into the solution, let's really wrap our heads around the problem. This modern challenge of just being heard, and why all the old rules for growing an audience have basically been tossed out the window. All right, next up, let's talk about some myths. We're going to debunk the common growth traps that so many of us fall into, the things that just end up wasting our time, our energy, and our money.
And this right here really tells the whole story. You've got two paths. On one side, you have the common way, which is really just the path of frustration, right? The whole post and pray method. Maybe you buy some fake followers, you throw some money at ads without a real plan. We've all been there. But the book argues for a totally different path, a system built on strategy and testing, so you can earn real fans and invest your money intelligently.
This quote from Eric Brownstein just gets right to the heart of it. In a world this loud, hope is not a strategy. It's just not. You can't make something great and just cross your fingers waiting to be discovered. You have to be the one to light the match. You have to ignite it.
So what is this system really? Well, it's a simple but incredibly powerful shift in your thinking. Test, don't guess. It's all about letting cold, hard data, not just your gut feeling, lead the way.
The entire system boils down to this really simple three-step loop. See, you're not trying to be some kind of genius who gets it perfect on the first try. Nope. You're an experimenter. You come up with an idea, you test a really small, cheap version of it, and then you just look at what the audience tells you. If it works, great, you double down. If it doesn't, no big deal. You learn from it and you try something new.
And this right here, this is the mindset that makes the whole thing work. You have to be okay with failing. In fact, you have to expect it. Because here, failure isn't a setback. It's just data. It's the fuel that powers your next, smarter experiment. We're not looking for one perfect piece of content. We're testing hundreds, maybe thousands, to find what actually connects.
Okay, so you've got this amazing testing engine. But what's the fuel? I mean, even the best engine in the world can't run on empty. The fuel is the content itself. A perfect system can't save boring content. So how do you make something people genuinely want to share?
It all kicks off with what Kane calls your hook point. This is the thing, the one idea that makes someone stop that endless thumb scrolling and actually pay attention to you. It's not just about what you do. It's the unique, the interesting, the relevant way you frame it.
This is like a masterclass example of a hook point. Look at the marketing for the Blair Witch Project. They didn't say, hey, come watch our new scary movie. No way. They told a story. They created a mystery. This tagline isn't a summary, it's bait. It's designed to make you lean in and say, wait, what happened? That's a killer hook.
So beyond that initial hook, the stuff that really gets shared tends to do three things. First, it makes people feel something, anything. Laughter, inspiration, even anger. Second, it connects to something that's already going on in their lives. And third, it gives them what's called social currency. Basically, sharing it makes them look good, smarter, funnier, or more in the know to their friends. And hey, here's a bit of a cheat code. A really powerful move is to tap into conversations that are already massive. You don't have to suddenly start making content about pets, for instance. But if you can find a clever way to tie your message to one of these huge universal themes, like inspiration or comedy, you're basically plugging into an audience that's already fired up and ready to listen.
So you've got your testing system, you've got your fuel, you're getting followers. But listen, that's just the beginning. That's step one. The real end game here is building something that actually lasts. A brand.
This right here might be the most important mental shift of all. It's the difference between what you do and who you are. Followers might come for the content, for what you do, but true fans, they stay for who you are. A product is replaceable, but a brand that people connect with and trust, that has real staying power.
So you have to ask yourself this question, and you have to be honest. What do you truly stand for? Answering that is the foundation of everything. It's your North Star. It's the thing that will guide all of your content, no matter how much platforms or trends change over time.
Because at the end of the day, this whole system is really just a tool. It's a tool to get attention. But attention is a privilege and it's a responsibility. The real work, the important work, begins once you have that audience. You have to decide what you're going to do with their attention to provide them with real, lasting value. So, what will you do with it?